December the 27th, 1989. Here we are again, downtown Bay City. Take a look, take a look. The 7th Street, Main Street. The Golden Arches. There's Uncle Herman there. Look at that chicken. There he is, smiling. He's all happy.
What you're talking goes in there.
Sure.
Got a tape to talk and listen. Get all that information.
Here, tell me a story.
A story about what?
How'd y'all open up this business?
Huh?
What year did y'all open up this business?
1946.
1946, and how'd that happen?
Manuel and I'd been working for a liquor store in Houston.
Which one?
Mitchell's, wasn't it? Leon Mitchell's liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided one day to quit. So
No, you were in the hospital.
I was in the hospital.
Yeah, Yellow Johnson. The guy, you were supposed to get a check. You said, Mayor came to help you work that day.
He wouldn't pay Manuel for
Here's 2 days' work.
I said, hell with that. Going in business for myself.
So you quit the liquor store?
Right.
What, in one day, or you thought about it
one day.
Yeah.
And I
And
decided to go to Bay City, and I drove down to Bay City. And while I was in Aunt Esther's store, she says, why aren't you going to business here in Bay City? So mainly I got to talking. I went back to Houston. He drove back with me. I was very despondent. And on the way to Houston, he said, what kind of business can we go into?
What was Manuel doing then?
Maine was, he was just working for Dad.
In the grocery store?
And at the grocery store. And when we got to Houston, we started driving around to see what kind of business to go into. It just so happened we drove by a GI surplus in sales. And we went in and made ourselves acquainted with Mr. Dale Ramsey. Dale Ramsey said, well, I know y'all haven't got too much money, and I don't have nothing but stock. Tell you what I'll do. He says, whatever money you got, put it together, and I'll match whatever you put it together, and you pay me as you sell it. He never saw us before that date, and we loaded my car up.
You got a car?
I had a 1939 Plymouth, I think.
Chrysler, wasn't it?
No, Plymouth. And I loaded the car up, didn't know what we were going to do with all the merchandise in the car, so we got back to Bay City, and I said, well, I tell you what, there's no stores vacant in Bay City, but I'll tell you what, if you move these shelves around, she had a row of shelves down one side and a row down the other side. And once you turn these shelves around, and you take 12 and a half foot of this building, and I'll take 12 and a half foot of it. My business is very low. So we got busy, we tore the shelves out, moved them around, and made a little store inside the store, and started loading the merchandise in. And before we had all the merchandise loaded in, people were so scared of merchandise at that time, they bought everything we had practically. So I went in that night to Houston and called Dale Ramsey up. I said, Dale, I sold everything I got about $2,200. He said, well, let's come in, I'll load you another load up. You know, me and Aunt Rosie went into Houston, brought another truckload back.
What was Manuel doing this time?
Maine was running the store.
Uh-huh.
He was running our store. And this went on until December. In December, we decided we needed some more money, and the only place we getting more money, we told the city to come in business with us.
So wait, so you continued to turn over the goods you were bringing back?
Yeah.
On a how often were you having to go
At
in?
the time the city came in, I think we had about $9,000 worth of merchandise in the store, and I think you paid it about $3,200.
No, I came in 1,700.
1,700.
Yeah, y'all.
One-third share.
Yeah.
So with that money, we bought more inventory. Kept doing business, kept doing business. Pretty soon we forced Aunt Esther out of her little store to fill in this merchandise, and we filled in the merchandise. And
How long did it take from the time you started to the time that Aunt Esther retired and moved out? You said you opened up
6 months.
What month was it that y'all started up?
June.
No, in September. September.
September of '46.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And,
And then she moved out by when?
1st of January.
No, it was about February. 1st of February. She said, well, give me till February and I'll get out. I'll help y'all. So
What was the name of the store in the beginning?
it's Bay City. No, Den Brothers Surplus. Den Brothers Surplus.
And when did it
started buying guns and commercial tools and everything, and finally we decided to go into the clothing business. Sporting goods. No, sporting goods came later.
Yeah. Fish and tackle.
Sporting goods didn't come until 1951. So we started buying.
Was there already a sporting goods industry established in the country then?
Oshman's Dry Goods had sporting goods at that time.
But was there an industry? Was there such a thing as a sporting goods industry? When did that come into being?
You mean team merchandise?
Yeah.
About 1956.
Uh-huh.
We started in team merchandise. Very smallly. We got a group of coaches around us. And they decided they would help us out and buy a little merchandise. And we kept growing from there to what we are today.
Uh-huh. How many locations have y'all been in since you started?
We've been in
3.
1, 2, this is our 3rd location.
Third location. The first one was where? Across the street?
Across the street where the bank is
Where the
now.
bank is now?
Right next to Cecil Milligan.
So it's right near the corner?
Yeah, we used to sing songs for nickels.
Yeah. And who helped play roles in your success in this business aside from the three of you? What are some other people who were very helpful in the?
Jake Oshman was very helpful with us. He helped us. Dale Ramsey.
What did Jake Oshman do to help facilitate your business?
What say, Coach?
No.
Hi, Mr. Denn. How you doing?
Okay. Shoot.
What you know?
He helped us with some merchandise. Hard to get merchandise when it's hard to get. We'd always go to Jake.
No,
He'd help us out.
Uh-huh.
Roy McDowell helped us quite a bit.
Who was Roy
Roy
McDowell?
McDowell was the representative for Rawling at that time.
Uh-huh.
Another, Gene Ponson. Wilson helped us out. He went out to schools and sold a bunch of merchandise through our store. From there, we just kept going.
How about Aaron Greenberg? He wasn't he wasn't much help.
I'm not saying too much. Very good. He had a bunch of shoes. I will make this comment.
Tell that story. I would like to hear.
We wanted to buy a bunch of his old-time shoes. You know, we didn't know anything about the shoe business, but we wanted to get an inventory of shoes. So we asked Aaron Greenberg if he'd sell us some shoes that he had. He was fixing to throw in the trash. He says, I'll burn them before I let y'all have it in competition with me. And sure enough, he burned them. So thank God we didn't get his help or didn't need his help.
Yeah.
To this day, I think most of the merchants in town accepted this now.
It seems like
Yeah.
your relationship with Oshman Sporting Goods was always a good one. I remember when
Yes,
Pete
yes.
when Pete Kogut used to be here.
Yes,
Lots of
Pete
times, if he didn't have something he needed, he could call and run over
That's
and get
right.
it from you, and vice versa.
Right. Pete Kogut was very, very, I should sociable toward us. And we exchanged merchandise. When I didn't have it, I'd borrow it from him. If he didn't have it, he'd borrow it from me. But that relationship ceased when Pete left Bay City.
Uh-huh.
We've always had competition. Oshman Sporting Goods in town. When they closed it 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, they closed it up. We thought maybe it help things, but we had our customers and he had his customers, so actually we didn't gain much when Oshman closed up.
Number of people going business to put Denn Brothers out of business?
There were several, and Mr. Carrington tried it.
About what year was that?
Oh, man, I can't remember. He was the first, and then Bernie Zimbach went into Hart TV and Sporting Goods. Then Oshman opened up. There's always been competition in the Sporting Goods line in Bay City.
Mm-hmm.
But God's help, we had Gibson. They hurt us a little bit for a while. They're all out of business today. We're the only sporting goods store left in Bay City. So we're advertising as Bay City's oldest sporting goods store.
Huh.
Smile. Hi, how you doing? Hi.
Huh. Well, you've always had a very diversified product though here. It hasn't always been just sporting goods. You've had gold and silver. You've had jewelry.
Yeah,
You've gone through
jewelry.
stages. You've dealt in Krugerrands.
We swang with the times, and when everything was popular, we went into it. We went in the motorcycle business when Hondas were real popular. We went in the gold and jewelry business. We've always been able to diversify into something. One area of the store got bad, we went into something else. Right now, we're looking at the aspect of maybe getting out of the gun business. It's gotten so competitive, and there's no way we can make money with it. So
Right.
we're thinking very seriously of getting out of the gun business.
You got into silk screening when that was the thing to do, also.
Yes, that was.
And you're still dealing in silk screening, yes?
Right. We were forced into silk screening because when we ever try to have some jobs done, they were always late, and they would never make deliveries, and we demanded it, so we decided to go in our own silk screening business.
Uh-huh. Oh, big. We're going to walk around the store and do some videotaping here. So over here, you got all your rods and
una canovita como primero Game Boy trae una canovita y luego estaba lo medía plano en sí oh ya tiene los años a ver límites
fishing leaders, all different kinds of corks, waders, more corks and lead weights. Down on the bottom row, you got lots of hooks, all kinds of hooks, eagle claws, mustad. We got fishing lures. God, these alone have been here since I used to work here almost 10 years ago. Still Mark 325, same price, hasn't changed.
mucho frío they're all at 40 there's no heat no see this he's getting me this is the bait yeah those are the little curly tails right? Yeah but see the head on them is that'll work there.
Hey, how's that one coming?
Real good. How you get on?
How you doing, man?
Good. A long time no see.
It's been a long time. I saw some of your relatives last month.
Where were that at?
I was in Prague.
Prague?
Yeah.
Well, you mean tell me you're saying there's somebody by that name over there?
Sure.
Is that right?
I'm telling you. I saw Kanyas and I saw Korenets and I got all. Man, you should have seen all the people I saw over there.
Well, I didn't know there was that's the first time anybody ever said that they went ahead and sing some of that name. That was in Prague.
Yes, sir. I saw some, you know, Krupa?
Krupas? Yeah.
Sure. It was really an amazing story.
Bunch of Krupa. Well,
A whole nest of them over
have you
there.
talked to any Kanyas?
I didn't get a chance to talk to any of them. I saw in the phone directory they were listed. Names were listed.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
That's
I
right.
guess I'm gonna have to go to Prague. Huh?
You should go over there and go visit the homeland.
Yeah.
Did your folks come from there?
Well, actually, my daddy came from Austria.
Which part?
I don't know. No, my daddy's, my grandpa did. Not my daddy, my grandpa did.
Was your daddy born in the United States?
My daddy was born in the United States.
Oh, really? Where at?
Right around Holstein, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Indicate that it sees no way of turning Noriega over to the United States. And in the background, there's a report to CBS News that at least high sources in the Vatican believe that understanding has been formed in which Noriega will not be turned over to the United States, that he will be turned over to someone somewhere in which he will be held while CBS News coverage of the president's arrival in Texas, his statement and his brief question-and-answer session. When news breaks out in Panama, Romania, and anyplace else, you'll hear it on this CBS station. Of course, we have full details tonight.
This has been a CBS News special report.
Just fishing rod parts. Eyes. Ribs. Lap rods. Catfish. This is catfish stink bait. Right there, it's a lot of blood. Chicken blood, I believe. Worms. Leader wire. Fishing line. Stringers. Different kinds of twine. Rod holder. Look at the size of these hooks here.
That big enough hook?
I'm telling you, isn't that something?
I had never.
That's a gap there, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, this right here. That's big enough for where? You know
Can you
what?
believe that's
I
something?
guarantee you. Look at
Oh.
that. Oh. Can't figure him out, what? Yeah?
Knee pads.
Thank you. Come back.
Knee braces.
Y'all, you can put the number down.
Yes.
Buck
Come
knives.
on, man. I don't have no idea going fishing.
Have line.
9 you need,
Aerator.
9 you need here, fill out your address.
You taking inventory?
Sure.
That's what I told him.
Yeah, you got
Just
it.
want to make sure that
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
he just want to make sure he gets the export the money out of
A
it.
little easier than counting.
Heck with
All that
counting
all
that,
that stuff, and I ain't getting enough cut out of it.
A little easier to count than one by one, isn't it?
If those brand name news This should make history. Psyllium, an important ingredient in a new cereal from Kellogg's. Heart-wise, psyllium is a natural grain.
Camo shirts, need some more camouflage shirts,
The delicious naturally
pants.
flakes of Heart-wise, the highest level of soluble fiber you can find in a cereal. Heart-wise, to get more than just oat bran.
Pistol rack.
Wise.
Rod, who is our next player? Bob, I'm glad you asked, because I just wanted to say Melanie Moody. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Melanie. We're happy to have you join us. And I do believe the next item up for bid is headed this way. It is, and it's a new dishwasher. KitchenAid's traditional quality portable dishwasher converts to built-in without conversion. Get 16-position upper rack, adjust for oversized items from KitchenAid. For the winner of this dishwasher, goes a supply of delicious encore, 2-pound frozen entrees. For families
That call, who
you
calls?
want more? It's encore in your grocery freezer. Melanie, what do you bid on that KitchenAid?
Ammunition,
$150. Johnny, what do you bid? $600.
shotgun shell,
$451.
$451.
all kinds of knives and things.